Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Making time stand still. Found a way to make it.
It's been a long time, innit? I appreciate you though. Past subscribers and the new ones. Let's see what we've been up to.
Rewind to a time of year that I hate. Working on a Cali, slipping on ice and nearly breaking my face. Winter can get in the bin. Anyway.
Now you can remember when I took this out on the first episode. This is the little build plaque and you can see it's worn away. So, I've got a little idea for that.
We can't be rolling shabby like this. I replicated the plaque as best I could in scale and design. Then I uploaded it to my Mrs. Cry-Cut machine software. Using the closest matching silver vinyl, I set the machine off to cut out the design with precision. And it didn't take long at all. And I can't believe that I get access to this kind of tech. It's impressive what can be done. Look at it. Amazing. All that's left is to pick out or weed the parts that aren't needed. Next, using a fresh blade, I carefully removed all the unwanted parts of the text. I kept the Calibra part as it was crisp still. Then I got a transfer sticker to lift the text without disturbing its orientation. Carefully line it up where the original was and send it home. Yeah, bosh. Same with the digits, got your number. I cleaned any silicones off the ashtray with meths, double-sided foam tape on the back of the plaque, and boom, there we have it. Sorted. The missing aerial can get replaced. And I'm also looking for the man in the mirror. There he is. The power steering pipe decided it no longer wanted to behave like a pipe. Luckily, the boys at Pertec had my back and they repaired it. So that was nice. Another issue, the reverse lights were always intermittent. Check the big multi-plug, no issue. Turns out the connection by the side of the head had gone brittle and broken off. Quick fix, and we now have light. All good now? Nah. Once warmed up, the car would leave a puddle of oil. Nothing major though, just a bolt holding the turbo oil feed had a crack in it.
Nothing to see here.
Lucky. Let's go back to the start. This car was off the road for well over a decade. The mould proves it. Vintage mould. We got it moved easy enough though, with proper PPE. And back at base, it was time to see what this chunk of 90s nostalgia has in store for us. Zosha was fully on this thing, overseeing all aspects. Not one for vintage dirt either, it had to get a rinse down. Any excuse for the snow foam? Yeah, marginally better. Under the bonnet, didn't look great, and after some investigation, I decided to take the head off. Luckily as I did, as it was full of cracks. These were sorted by SPD Motorsport. It was just a case of rebuilding it back up and double checking my work. The fuel system was also wrecked. Gummed up fuel pump, which got sorted, thanks to some Volkswagen parts. And them fuel lines, also goosed, but I remade them. The interior was not habitable. Them dead tints had to come off. Door cards got recovered. And the seats re-dyed. It made a massive difference. Saggy headliner, sorted. The dash out, sorted a load of wiring whilst I was there. Filled the gaping holes in the rare Ermska front apron. Liquor paint, blow. New bearings and underpinnings. Tough work. Engine bay got a glow up too. Out with the old sound system. And in with the new. Phew. Was it worth it?
Come on.
Of course it was. Keep on keeping on. Now listen, we're just simple human beings. We love our cars, bonding over wrenching on engines and being creative. No brand snobbery here, just a respect for the game. Meeting like-minded people at cruises, sharing our passion, but also being there when times aren't so good. Some of the stuff we did was questionable, but we have to express ourselves. It's not just a means of getting from A to B. These are memories, our youth. And arguably, cars of this era had the most soul, no matter how quirky they were. Always putting in graft with an aim to be a cut above the rest. It's not just a hobby. Nah, it's a culture. And without it, I'm not sure where I'd be. Without our friendships, life would be boring and mundane. This truly is an escape. Yeah, I may have taken a bit of time on this one, but you gotta remember, life moves at a pace outside of this YouTube thing. I'd love to get to a point where this is the day job, truly living the dream, Matt Armstrong style. I guess one day I'll get there. Oh, I'ma get there. But for now, this clapped out 90s legend that once adorned the pages of Total Vauxhall is back. Peep the visuals. Feels like home. Just getting to grips with it. She's alive. We don't even need to cane it to be satisfied. That dump valve, instant happiness. I guess that's why they call it smiles per gallon. At some point, I'm gonna need a 90s motor for myself. All the old memories came flooding back.
So here we have it, the result of all the hard work. Now obviously it's not going to be 100% show ready, it is a rolling restoration, but the results speak for themselves.
Time for some statics. So what's the next project? Drop a comment and guess. It's nothing like this though. Completely different. Gotta hone them skills in where we can.